Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And it's time for another haul video. Okay, so I've got a nice haul that I was able to find. Some Goodwill items that I have, as well as just some secondhand store um, items that I was able to track down. Now, not all of these are bond related, but please wait till the end of this video because when I do get to some of my final items that are bond related, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, I could not believe I found what I found and how much fun it was to find. I mean, you should have seen how big my eyes got a couple of times. Okay, so now so here's some items I found, mostly books and things. First item, though, you're looking at it. Actually, it's a Claiborne 100% linen shirt. And I was like, oh, this is like the No Time to Die linen shirt. So, yeah, it was pretty nice. So I was able to find that at Goodwill. I've got a couple of linen shirts now, and the with the No Time to Die style. All right, so that was item number one off of this haul. So here's my next one. I found The Man from Uncle's ABC of Espionage. Man from Uncle. Oops. ABC of Espionage. Okay, inside facts on the American, British, and Soviet Secret Service. How the Napoleon solos and I can't even remember. Read that name. Let's see. Of real life are prepared for the world's most fantastic and dangerous career, the master spy. So here's a few ABCs to take into consideration. All telephones are assumed to be tapped, and all conversations must be conducted in code. Buildings with 2 or 3 exits must be used for assassinations. All agents must master judo, karate, aikido. All agents must be able to fit explosives into lighters, pens, matchboxes, prepare poisoned food and drinks, reduce documents to stamp size, microdots, learn the use of death gas, firearms. Wow. So, this Man from Uncle book, is it going to teach me all those things? This is a school for spies in a book. So, here we go. All right, so here's the chapters. If the best spies are born spies. Born, hey, like in Jason Bourne. Okay. Chapter 2, school days. Chapter 3, prep time. Chapter 4, making the Moscow grade. Chapter 5, a well-trained spy. Chapter 6, a very secret place. Chapter 7, how to look after yourself. Chapter 8, with this ring. Chapter 9, spy talk. Chapter 10, isn't science wonderful? 11, hey, your information's leaking. Chapter 12, you've got to get organized. Chapter 13, the Red Orchestra. Interesting. So, definitely no pictures in there. So, I thought this was kind of interesting find. I used to love The Man from Uncle TV show. All right. So that's that item. Okay. So my next was I did find another Bond book by John Gardner, Roll of Honor. So I was able to find that book. Pretty good shape. Found it at a Goodwill. I think it was $1.29. And the sticker even came off without ripping anything because, well, I mean, as you can see with The Man from Uncle, that was also a Goodwill find. And those stickers just seem to just like, the older the book, the less cover it leaves behind. So there's that. Now we get into some unbond related items, unspy related items. But when I saw this book, I was like, wait a minute. This is Krondor, The Betrayal. It's written by Raymond Feist. And the reason why this stands out to me is there was a PC game, an old PC game called Return to Krondor, and there was one before it called Betrayal at Krondor. And these PC games were based off of the books. And I remembered those PC games. And they were pretty fun. I remember Return to Krondor was a lot of fun. So I was like, hey, this is book number 1 out of that Krondor series. So I happened to find that. And so yeah, I had to grab that because I was like, I've always wanted to read that series because those games were kind of really cool. Okay, so there's that item. Now these were interesting. I found a set of 3. Was it Ed McBain? An explosive, sizzling 87th Precinct mystery. Ed McBain. Axe. Ed McBain, like love. And Ed McBain, lady, I did it. So, looked like some kind of old detective novels. And, I've been reading through the Ian Fleming books. I'll have a review coming out later in the week. And then, but yeah, so these old detective books, Ed McBain. So I thought, well, that's interesting. I'll have to give those a try. I'll check those out. All right. So now is one of those times where my eyes bugged out of my head when I found this, because what I saw was I didn't see the picture. I just saw that. This is all I saw right there. And what I saw was Find Your Fate Adventure. And as soon as I saw Find Your Fate Adventure, I have a View to a Kill, which was a Find Your Fate Adventure, but I only had one of them. And I've been wanting to. I mean, I could go on eBay and probably get the other ones, but I'm trying to find them myself. But I was like, what? Find Your Fate number 1. Find Your Fate Adventure number 1, Indiana Jones and the Curse of Horror Island. These were like really amped up choose your own adventure books. And the artwork was always really great. It was based off so this one's Indiana Jones. And so they really put some good emphasis in there because it's based off of more of an iconic character. It's not just a random choose your own adventure book it was based off of the movies. So the Find Your Fate Adventure number 1, and it was 99 cents, and that's still in pretty good shape too. So that was pretty cool. And then right next to it, I couldn't believe it, The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, number 4, Masters of the Louvre. So, and I was like, oh, so Young Indiana Jones book. But then I see, oh, this is a Choose Your Own Adventure book as well. And you know how I've got a video on my Choose Your Own Adventure collection. So this was pretty cool. And when I saw that it was going to be about the Louvre, I've been there, and I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. So this, I remember that view very well under the Eiffel Tower. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to reading through that and having fun. Okay. Couple of other kind of cool items. I used to have this Star Wars Dark Empire, a graphic novel. And I used to have this a long time ago. And to be honest, I don't remember what happened to it. I don't know where it went, but The artwork in this is phenomenal, and I remember the story being pretty cool too. So when I saw it, I was like, you know what? I lost mine a long time ago. Um, I need to I need to get it and read through it again because it's been so long. So I was excited to find that. My son found this laying there, and I was like, well, yeah, I want it. Star Trek: The Next Generation Technical Journal. Um, so this one is interesting. So, oh, there's Gene Roddenberry right there. Um, so this has like the diagrams of all the different rooms, all the different chambers on the Enterprise for the Next Generation Enterprise. So here is this is the conference lounge. Over here is the captain's ready room. Now, if you remember, here's the captain's desk, and then the door. That's where they would come in. They'd sit down and talk to Picard. His couch was over here. Fish tank was right there, I believe, and then, or maybe it was over here. Look at this. There's the bathroom. Did you know that with that bathroom was there in his ready room? So that was interesting. So lots of pictures, but all the diagram of all the different areas on the ship, along with some of uh, the technology, the tech behind it, the uniforms. So pretty fun. That was really cool. So that was a fun find. All right. Well, if you've made it this far, I hope you are ready because my next 4 items are the most exciting items I have found in quite a while. Um, so I was in an antique store and I'm looking around. Believe it or not, I was kind of looking for some props for my next role play mission that I've got coming up. And before I can film it, I'm really wanting to find some specific props because I want to film with them and get some sounds off of them as well. But while I was looking through just some comic books that they had at this antique store, I found a 2 comic book series of For Your Eyes Only, a Marvel, a Marvel movie special, James Bond For Your Eyes Only, #1. For Your Eyes Only, #2. So I will probably do a whole separate video just off of these comics, where maybe we'll read the comics together. Really good adaptation. So I took a look at them. They did a nice job, and the artwork is really cool. Oh, and the thing I noticed too was, I think when I opened up the first one, Stan Lee. So Stan Lee wrote these and put them together. So it was really cool. So For Your Eyes Only, the comic books, #1, #2, and it's the full story, the full movie, basically in these 2 comics. Really cool find. Oh, I was really excited when I found that. All right, now I've been collecting the records as well. So I've been trying to get these records, and I have found 2 more. Now, one was sitting at Goodwill for $2, and so I'm thumbing through the records. I haven't found. I think I did find a Goldfinger at a Goodwill the other day for just a couple of dollars. I already had Goldfinger, but remember, I'm going to be given. So I'm going to give the one I already had. I'm going to give that away to my 1,000th subscriber. But so I'm thumbing through the records at Goodwill, and my son's just like, "Hey, Dad, any James Bond records in there?" And I'm just like, "No, not yet." And then almost like, anytime he seems to ask me about it, all of a sudden I'm like, "Holy smokes! Look what I just found." You Only Live Twice. So I found You Only Live Twice, the record, and it's got some scratches. I will say it's got some scratches. It's a playable record still, but I know I'll hear the scratches when I give it a listen. But I got the cover, got the artwork. So You Only Live Twice. And there's the back. So the track listing side 1, side 2. Um, the I wish this was in color. Oh, could you imagine if only that was in color, not black and white? That would have been a gorgeous. Because I think that's the. Let's see. Let me see here. You only live twice. Does that show up? Yeah, right there. It's right there. See on the poster? It's a tiny one right there, but it's just the small adaptation of that poster. But that's it. That's the picture right there, and that's in color. So, but that's yeah, I couldn't believe it. Pretty cool. So, along with this, I was thinking, it sure would be fun if I found one of the ones that seems to be really hard to track down. And so I'm looking through. This was a used CD and record, movies, and DVDs. So all used media store. And so I'm looking through there, and I found one of the ones I was really hoping to find, one of the albums. And here it is, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Some of the best music. Both of these with John Barry is the composer, arranger, conductor. So On Her Majesty's Secret Service, original motion picture soundtrack. And then you get to the back. Look at the artwork on that. Look at that. So even when I was checking out, when I was bought, it was $4.99. I got this for a little bit of scratching on the record. Again, it's not in the best of shape. It's not brand new that by any means. It's a well-used record, but it's very playable. But anyway, the guy at the checkout, he's looking at this picture and he says, I've been doing research into this artwork and the artists that were doing this kind of artwork. He says he's trying to find a book or something that has all of these old action adventure and like natural disaster type movies where they were doing this style of artwork. And like for Towering Inferno and those kinds of earthquake and things like that, those action adventure movies or those disaster movies. And this was around that time when those were a big hit. And yeah, and he's looking at this artwork and he's like, that's beautiful. He says, I love that picture. They really put a lot of work into it back in the day. But then, yeah, some pictures out of the movie itself. So yeah, that was it. So this is my last find that I'll share with you of my latest haul. But boy, I tell you, I had some fun stuff. I really got some fun stuff this time. And that's why I keep looking. That's why I keep looking for more of my Bond albums, any more Bond memorabilia, things like that. Not only because I like to share them here on the video, but I just really enjoy being able to have them, listen to them, look at them. So an exciting week. Anyway, so I appreciate you checking this out this time, and I guess I will see you in the next video. All right, take care.